Hello and welcome. Today's prompt was a floating island. I might actually skip showing the warm-ups and the practice I did this time since I want to talk about some specifics of the final piece. First off, what inspired this was the idea of shape continuation. If you don't know what that is, then take a look at this. It's just the idea that if a shape is suggested by marking important parts, our brain automatically fills in the rest of it. I was thinking about this when I got the idea I'm pursuing in this video, a classic floating island surrounded by portals and getting attacked by a dragon. I wanted the shapes made by the dragon's coils to define a flowing shape, and I had a rough idea how I wanted this to look at a composition level, but as I mentioned in a previous video, going from a fuzzy idea in my head to an actual attempt is still pretty daunting to me. I spent a lot of time trying to get the shape to look right, tweaking various things until I thought it was good enough. My main goal of the drawing was composition, practice, and so I felt justified in taking extra time on it. I didn't really know what to do about the bottom of the island. I don't really know how to make it look rocky. One thing I did change that I think helped a lot was combining some of the shadows along the left-hand side into one big one. I probably should have experimented with combining more shadows to see how far I could have taken this idea. I then moved to the dragon, well, mostly. I've been noticing that I jump around a lot when I start going into details in a final sketch. Anyway, I tried to keep a good steady stroke on all the curves. As far as texture goes, I'm still at a complete loss. I'm not really happy with the way I did the scales. I think you can see enough of the piece now to get what I'm going to critique, but I think that overall, as an idea, I kind of messed up. I wanted the coil of the dragon to form a strong continuous shape that was broken in the middle, so that you kind of filled it in with your mind and it would still feel cohesive. I do think though that the disconnect that was between the portals was a bit too large to communicate the cohesion I wanted. I think this combined with my shading and maybe just overall execution brings the clarity of the piece down. Some of the parts I am happy with are the dragon's face and the island minus the buildings. I also got his legs backwards. Shh, you saw nothing. Oh yeah, you also might notice that my layout changed partway through this drawing. I've been experimenting with different settings on Krita as well as different brushes, and I found a layout that I think I kind of liked a little bit better. I completely forgot that I don't need that entire bottom timeline for the majority of things I do. I've only tried animating once or twice, so I definitely don't need it to always be down there taking up so much room. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Have a good one.